Alrighty then, g'day guys, and welcome. Let me just fix this real quick. Boom, there it is. Oh no, I didn't fix it. I made it worse. Hold on. Hold down. There we go. Boom, there it is. Hello, g'day guys, and welcome. My name's Michael. I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and a very warm Merry Christmas to those of you in the Twitchverse who celebrate, as well as the people on YouTube who are watching this. Well, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube. Sorry. I most of my interactions on Twitch, so if you are on YouTube, great. If for whatever reason you're not on Twitch, I'm sure it's a very good reason, but don't think that I love you any less. There you go. I can see so many people here coming and joining us in McClover. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, my dear friend. I hope you are well. I hope you and the family are safe and eagerly awaiting a very, very prosperous wedding. Brune Brassax, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a splendid day. Yes, a very splendid day indeed. And to you as well, my friend. I hope that you are in good health, and I hope the family are celebrating in equal good health as well. Tony the Tigger, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope everyone has a great holiday so far. Thank you so much. And likewise, I hope you and your brand new family, well, I say brand new family, your new members of your family, should I say, are well received, well loved, and well cared for. And if they're anything like you, I know they will be. Rykon, Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas indeed. Rykon, you beautiful legend, you. Thank you so much for coming in. OG DAG, wow, this is a surprise. Yes, that's right. I'm just going to hang out. And we're actually going to be doing a year in contemplation. That's what we're going to be doing. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, happy holidays, everyone, especially you time travelers. Yes, that's right. Bright and early Christmas for us here in Oz. That is what it is. Yes, it is. And Europe should also be now arriving into the Christmas spirit as well. So yeah, work is boring. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you can hang out here. You can absolutely hang out here. More cheer, more merriment, more everything. So good to see you, Schoolie. Good to see you as well. As people are just saying Merry Christmas, Schoolie, but I didn't see Schoolie. No, I didn't. I didn't see Schoolie. But Merry Christmas, Schoolie, nonetheless. Oh, there you go. I can see. You're tucked away here under the big, bold letters. Schoolie, Merry Christmas all, and Merry Christmas to you, Schoolie. Borkware Mark. G'day, Mark. Yay, cheer indeed. Yep. Dag loves the Twitch people more. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, not gonna lie. Mostly because Twitch people pay me. Well, YouTube people, I mean, I'm glad you're watching. I love you guys, but you know, I have mortgage to pay. Mortgage important. Cinderfingers, Merry Christmas, Dag, and Merry Christmas to you, my dear friend. Thank you so much for your well wishes. Okay, what are we doing today? Well, because we didn't have Curse of the Crimson Throne today, I thought that this would be a great time to actually do a kind of like, what did we do over in, you know, like over the year? What did we do? What did we learn? How do we grow? What's going on? What's new? What's, you know, festive? What's all the things? You know, like that's it. Yeah, basically just a year of reflection and appreciation, and maybe some games. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah. What happened during this year? God, what didn't happen during this year? 2023 was just so massive. I don't even know where to start. So for those of you who knew, obviously for me, you know, like I pretty much just stay afloat. That's my job. You know, like I have my games at the youth center, I have my games online, and these just go from one thing to the other. It's hard to believe, but you know, earlier on this year, I was so grateful that I not only had a group of incredible Patreons who are still supporting me to this day. I had 3 incredible games with them, which I was running online, and I was making enough to actually, you know, like support myself, you know, at the end of last year. And at the beginning of this year, I was in the highest spirits. I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna work hard. I'm going to start doing more content. I'm gonna start going back to help videos and tutorial videos. There were so many plans and so many ideas at the start of the year, but that changed, and there's a reason why that changed. And for a good reason, and, you know, the first reason was because in the previous year, I was told by my dear friend Quincy from Quincy's Tavern that there was going to be a event called the Convergence that Quincy was going to be hosting, and it was in America, and he wanted me to be there. And for me, that was huge. That was massive. I was not only blown away that he wanted me to go all the way down there to appear for this thing, because I mean, like at the end of the day, I mean, I appreciate like people being like, oh, it's DAG, DAG does things, DAG does this, but I'm a itty bitty creator, you know what I mean? Like I am so itty bitty, and I'm okay with that. I'm at peace with that, but to get invited to something like Convergence was for me just like a dream come true. Hail to the Pathfinder King. Vortak, Merry Christmas, you bloody legend, you. So yeah, yeah, Convergence was a big thing, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what that would entail. So I put all my efforts towards it, and then kind of like put everything on hold until I got to the end of it, Like I kind of just went, okay, cool, so Convergence, this thing. And once I get to the other end of it, great, I'll look at doing stuff then. Oh boy, was I wrong. Convergence was not only a very pricey trip, but oh my god, it introduced me to so many new friends, content creators, people I wanted to work with, people I wanted to do stuff with, and yeah, I was just taken aback by just how much I guess I would be thrown into this world of content creators I hadn't already met, and how much I would want to get to know them and do stuff with them. People like Jeremy from Three Black Halflings, Dukes from One Shot Questers, again, just Ivy from Game Raider Girl. I mean, the list goes on forever, and everyone who I met in at Convergence are people who I now have like I don't know. I feel like it's like I've developed a certain level of like real comfort with these people, and more than anything, I really want to yeah, I really want to work with them, and I want to hang out with them, and I want to do all the cool things with them. Um, but probably none more so than my friend Duke from One Shot Questers. Um, I remember when we were at Convergence. Let me see if I can find, because I have a bunch of photos, but I've never shared them because I'm a putz, and I don't. And the thing is, I actually couldn't actually get my photos off my phone, so I still haven't gotten them off my phone. But like I do still have. Yeah, actually, that's a toilet. That's a toilet in the airport for dogs, which I thought was really cool. But there we go. There he is sitting down, just vibing on the tote bag. Yeah, he, myself, and Jakins got on super, super well at the Convergence. It was like a friendship that was born to happen. Um, the Convergence itself was absolutely beautiful, and I don't know if I can. There we go. Yeah, there it is. The actual venue was incredible. Sadly, I've heard rumor that Evermore Park, the venue that we were at, is now done and dusted. But yeah, the bar was incredible. Those spaces were glorious. There was little hobbit holes that I ended up running games in. And it was such a good thing. There's Jakin. We love Jakin. Jakin is, where is he? Come on. Yeah. Focus on Jakin. There he is. Look at him. Abject terror, Jakin. Yeah, love Jakin. So yeah, those experiences and those friendships were so special to me. There's good old Patrick. We love Patrick. I'm so glad I actually finally got to meet him. Lovable goofball. Um, but yeah, I also got to stay at a house with a few content creators, a few TikTokers, including Jennings, lovely, lovely, lovely dude, freaking necking that bottle of water for whatever reason. Um, as well as Jackie and Maddie, as well as just a whole bunch. Chaz as well is there. Audity, Richard. Like all the people I actually ended up staying with. It was just a blast to actually get to like when we work together with people, it's kind of like you have your performer attitude. You're like, oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna go perform. I'm gonna do stuff. But when you actually spend prolonged time with them, you know, those green screen walls, they come down, and you kind of get to know people and what they're really like. And it was really great just to like get, you know, it's like be with these people in such a casual setting and just feel so safe, so warm, so comforted. And yeah, I was really grateful for my entire experience at Convergence. Let's see if I've got that. Oh, look, there's Ivy and Duke cooking in the kitchen. There they are. Let's see, come on. Are you gonna focus for me? You gonna focus for me, buddy? Come on. Nope, nope, just doesn't want to focus on that one. Does it not recognize his beautiful face? Oh, oh, and that's Pfeffers. Does recognize Pfeffers. There we go. Yeah, there they are. Beautiful. Look at them. Cuties. Um, let's see. What else do we see and do? Met Dwarven Dad as well, which was really cool. Dwarven Dad was, you know, I wish I could work more with Dwarven Dad. I've been plodding around trying to figure out more things to do with him, but yeah, no, he's a lovely bean. Hey, happy holidays from the Phoenix Pass and General Davies. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and however you celebrate it, all the love. I hope that you and your loved ones are having equally prosperous celebrations. Don't forget to claim the trip as tax deduction since technically air business suspense. Oh, don't worry, already done. It did not save me that much money, but you know, that's because it was so expensive, and I don't make that much money, so it's kind of like, yeah, we can't give you back your money on this, but we can not pay. We can, you know, like waive your taxes a little bit. This is me and a very familiar face. I don't know if you guys remember. This is Rock from our Extinction Curse game. I got to meet him at Convergence as well. That was so special. It was so good getting to meet Rock and hang out and get to know him. Yeah, that was kind of cute. I wish we got to hang out a little bit more at Convergence, but you know, we didn't. This is Tank Tolman. Viking by legend. Yes. Wonderful fitness and RPG creator. Absolutely adored him. There's the Hobbit hole that I ran games out of. Look at it, very cute, very cool little Hobbit hole. I'm wondering where my photo of do I not have it? No, I don't. Maybe it's my download section. Hold on. Wait one moment. Yada yada yada. Downloads. Yeah, there we go. Okay, hold on. So I've got there we go. So I also met these knuckleheads, which was a lot of fun at Convergence. So that's me with Jasper and Jeremy from Three Black Halflings and Gabriel Hicks. I love Gabe. Gabe is one of those special beans that, you know, like I feel like if Gabe asked me for anything, I feel like I'd give it to him. And I'll tell you a story about Gabe a little later because that wasn't the only thing we did. So Convergence, you know, from the photos and stuff like that, you know, it was so much fun. It was great. You know, Quincy worked his ass to the bone during that whole session, during that whole thing, trying to give everyone like just this luxury experience, which I think a lot of people got. It was sad that some people didn't, but that's, you know, part of the beast, especially when it comes to your very, very first time doing stuff like that. But yeah, Jason and Quincy really did amazingly. And like I said, even as a content creator, it was just wonderful getting to spend that time getting to know each other a little bit better. Then I got back and I started leaping back into my work and stuff like that. I had a few changes in my personal life, which I had to pay attention to and focus on for a little while. Things I'm always grateful for. You know, challenges and those things that help us get stronger are things that I think we can often be afraid of and we can kind of focus and dwell on. Whereas I try to focus on where I am now and how I grew from those experiences. And I did. I grew from those experiences. I realized there were lots of things that during that middle period of time weren't making me very happy, that I have now since grown to make myself happy. And it's kind of driven a lot more energy towards my content and towards the things I do. I know that, for example, a lot of my games kind of suffered a little bit only because I was dealing with my own stuff. But every GM has their stuff going on. Every GM is gonna have great games. They're gonna have bad games, and it's important to kind of like recognize when you need to go. Hey guys, I just need to take a bit of a break. I need to kind of like I need to alter my start ritual. Things like that. Like I need to have a shower. I need to have something to eat. I need to like do something to kind of mix it up a bit. So yeah, that was kind of a small difficult period there, but during that period of time, I decided that Gen Con was a go. Gen Con was something that I wanted to do, something that I wanted to go and be a part of, and that was from no short influence by our dear friends over at Careful Cantrip. Careful Cantrip has been again another major source of joy in my year. I was asked to join in the previous year, and I'd been a cast member for season 2 pretty much throughout most of this year, up till towards November-ish when the campaign ended. And those games really did just highlight my week. So for me, I love role-playing games. I do, and I love playing my game. Thank you, Schooly. I love playing and I love running games. But and I'm gonna say this in just I mean me. I don't bullshit. I am a wee bit of a snob, and I know it. I know I am a wee bit of a snob. And here's why I'm a snob. I've played and run games for some very big people, very talented people, in the time that I've spent role-playing. So, getting into a game that I can, like, really sink my teeth into, role play my hardest, and, like, play at the level or at the extent that I really want to play at is not an easy thing to find. It really isn't. It's one of the reasons why I do one-shots with content creators, because it's kind of almost like those little snippets of like, oh, cool, I get to play with Rob today. Excellent, I get to kind of do this. It's like, oh, cool, I get to, like hang out and play with Guy, and that'll be amazing as well. So these little like kind of like pocket moments, they're the ones which kind of sustain me. But Careful Cantrip's been the first one in a while where I've got to play with just a cast of very, very talented people with a very, very skilled GM, in a campaign that I was able to just bust out exactly what I wanted to be and how I wanted to play. And so, yeah, when Raina and Dave came out to me and said, hey, we're going to Gen Con, did you want in? I was like, yes, oh my god, 100%. I mean, I want to go there for my own reasons, of course, because again, off the back of Convergence, everyone was talking about Gen Con then. And I was like, yeah, no, absolutely, please, 100%. I will go in. I'll stay in the place with you. We'll hang out. We'll do stuff, and it kind of gave me a second life this year. You know what I mean? Like it made me. It gave me something to look forward to. It gave me something to plan for and prep for. Though the bank account did not appreciate it. That being said, I had some incredible help. Things that I'm continually just absolutely and utterly blown away by, and that is by the generosity and kindness of the community. I mean, like I said, I can't express how to this day it just completely is beyond my fathoming that you guys care so much about my content, what I do, and not only that, but support it in such a way that I can actually do stuff like go to Gen Con and do all the traveling stuff like that. We'll get to the treasure golem in a little bit, but yeah, like stuff like that. It just is so humbling. It really is, to have you guys believe in me in that way. And I was so grateful to those of you who did come, who I was able to manage to meet in person. Good news as well. I don't know if I've announced it on my channel, but I will be going to Gen Con, or at least I'll be making plans to go to Gen Con in 2024. So that's already underway. We're already making plans. We're already, sort of sorting stuff out there. So, if you are going to Gen Con next year, please come and say hi to me. Come and, just say, hey, I'm this person. And I guarantee you, I will likely recognize your name immediately. And if you're a hugger, I will likely hug you. Unless it's like the third day in. Like, I'm a good first day hugger, but usually around the third day, I'm like, ooh, you probably have the Rona. I'm going to give you a fist bump. And even then, it might be a like gloved fist bump. But anyway, I digress. But that being said, I actually that is like a whole thing. But yeah. So so yeah, that was kind of a big thing. Like getting to be a part of Careful Cantrip, exploring this character, and Basil was just one of those ones that was just so much fun to play. Dave had written and created probably one of the best stories for my character that I've experienced in a long, long, long while. I've played in a lot of games where a GM has an idea and they write the story, and it's a great story. It's a fantastic story, but like there's not really much time or energy put towards myself as a character, and that's okay. I don't mind that. I'm not, like Michael, am a like actor and like to be in the center stage, of course, but I'm also a DM, and I also understand that hey, there's a story to tell, and sometimes you're not the main character. Sometimes you are just one of the ensemble, and that is okay as well. But the whole saga in the Nightmare Realm and in the Nightmare King's, sort of in space. Working with Dave on that was just so much fun. Dave and I, we just sat down, we had some good ideas, we had some bad ideas, we threw them around each other, until we came up with just some basic stuff that Dave then took and then blew out of the water. It was, so fulfilling to work with such a talented person on the game itself and to have it come out as, like, again, one of the best, chapters in the season 2 arcs. Like we had the Astral Sea arc, which was okay, but I think everyone felt it dragged on a little bit. The Nightmare Realm arc, which I thought was the absolute best. We then had the Return to the City arc, where we kind of sat around and we did all the stuff. The Underdark or the Darkland arc as well, where we went and dealt with the Nectar and stuff like that. All these different sagas. Yeah, the Nightmare Realm is going to stick with me for ages. Like the way he portrayed the Nightmare King, which got nominated for Best Villain of the Year at the Crit Awards, which was also a wild thing. Like that's so yeah, it was such a great freaking thing. Which leads us to Dragon Kitchen. I know you were gonna think you thought I was gonna say Gen Con. We're not quite there yet. Dragon Kitchen. So Dragon Kitchen started taking off a little bit here and there, and we started doing the one shots for that. Basically, my Iron Chef cooking show. These were great. These were a lot of fun. Very popular, supported by one of my favorite companies. So Hero Forge, like again, does hugely support my channel, and it is just with such love that I reach out to them and promote their stuff. Honestly, it just always blows my mind, like just kind of stuff that they help me get out of my crazy squirrel mind and put into reality. So Dragon Kitchen, we had so many wonderful guests come on, many of which I met at Convergence, such as Smoking Barrel and the Moonkeep. Some of them familiar faces that I've known for years, such as Legends of Evantris. But it was so nice to be able to actualize and see, sort of firsthand, what these groups, this show could actually do. It's great. It's fun. It's amazing. I've learned a lot about it. I think I could do better, and I want to do better with it. But so far it's been great. It's been nice to sort of come up with a really original idea and then put it out there. Which was also funny because D&D then released a bunch of like videos of like, I wonder what this tastes like, and it'd be really cool if someone did like an Iron Chef thing, and I'm like, guys, come on, tell me you don't watch my content without telling me you don't watch my content. So yeah, there you go. Gen Con. Gen Con was the next thing. So May June, July, August. So it was like basically 3 months before I was back in America. And man, look, America, whew, oh boy. I don't know how you guys do it, but again, you blew me my mind. Not only helping me get to Convergence, but also getting me to Gen Con. Was also just so freaking wonderfully generous of my community to rally together to help get me there. Because honestly, I don't know if I could on my own get anywhere to America because yeah, it's pricey from here. I think flights themselves by themselves were like maybe 1.5 to 2 grand to just get there and back each way, and that's the thing, like, so that was like almost oh yeah, about 3 grand ish, just on plane tickets, some of which I had to then buy another one, which, we'll come to when we talk about Gen Con. So yeah, guys, if I can't say this enough, but I really appreciate my community. I really appreciate you guys and all of the stuff you do, as well as my friend Robert's community as well. Like, they helped me out as well. We have a that Pathfinder game that we've been fundraising for this year as well. Which I should talk to Rob about finishing that at some point. I'm seeing him on Friday, so it's Monday today. So yeah, I'm seeing him on Friday. So hopefully, when I go and chat with him, we'll we'll sort something out. But yeah, Gen Con. Let's talk Gen Con. So, Gen Con was another one of those like very surreal experiences. So I've been to Gen Con 2019, and I was kind of more dragged around. I don't say I was dragged around in a bad way. I more mean like I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what to expect. Never been to any convention before. Gen Con 2019 was my first convention ever. And I was thankfully there with Guy from How to Be a Great GM, as well as Janet from World Anvil. And I spent most of my time basically just like a little duckling, like sort of clinging to them and just going place to place, hyping them up and doing the usual stuff. Janet, by the way, if you've not checked out World Anvil, Janet, one of my dearest friends. I made so many memories at the 2019 Gen Con with Janet. And like, yeah, my only regret is that I live too far away from this woman. Like, she is like, it's crazy, and I know this is gonna sound weird, and like, see, but I feel like she'd understand it, how I mean it. But it feels like my soul when I was born was split in two, and she had part of it, because we sync up so quickly with things. I have no idea how. I have no idea why. We have completely different upbringings. We are completely different people. But there's some synergy that is there, that exists, that is beyond reasoning. The kind of reasoning that you'd see like a friend of yours run up to you and say, "Hey, I need your car keys. Let's go." And you do nothing. You just grab your car keys and just boom. You're just in sync. You just know what's up. Yeah, me and Janet will are very much like that. Um, so yeah, Janet. Yeah, anyway. We're talking about this year's Gen Con, however. So this year's Gen Con, I had a ton of new friends from Convergence. I was there as part of the Careful Cantrip crew, and me and Raina had worked hard on our schedule, in terms of the live play games, things like that. Dave didn't want to run any games this year because it was their first convention, so he wanted to kind of like, see a lot of stuff. So I took on the heavy lifting of like running, all the games there. Which is fine. I love running games. And I love live performances and live shows, and it was so good to actually be able to do that. Um, when I went to Gen Con, oh my god, there were so many different things. I had to rebook my flight because one of my flights got canceled, so that sucked. And then I had to pay like an extra $700 during that whole thing, and everything. I mean, everything was super expensive. I even booked a fancy restaurant to invite some of my closest friends to during Convergence, and yeah, oh boy, that came to a very pricey price. But it was so tasty and so good, because it was like the only time as a content creator I'd seen everyone gather together and just introduce themselves as people. Not, "Hi, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and I'm from Dead Aussie." It's like, "Hey, I'm Michael. Nice to meet you." Like, "How do you know Mike? How do you know this person?" It was like a slice of real, like, it was like a slice of a real moment. that was just for me a shining moment. I will never forget that dinner. I will never forget that in a world where I am always surrounded by people who have personas and channels and all this other stuff, I had a moment where everyone knew me and I knew them, and we shared in this one moment of just pure, unveiled, just joy, just happiness. And that for me was like, yeah, so special, so incredible. Yeah. So that was dinner. The Gen Con shows. Oh my god, yeah. So the Gen Con shows were great. My first game was with Critical with Critical Dice, who was of course the GM at Quincy's Tavern, and he ran me through a game, and there was a fire emergency, so we all ended up evacuating on that first time, and then as we did, I bumped into a bunch of fans out the front, which still blows my mind to this day that I have fans, like real, like in people fans. I mean, I know I have fans because you guys are here, but it's very different looking at a number and seeing like usernames to actually being confronted by physical people. You know, like if you think about it, right? Like I mean, how many people are watching the stream right now? I mean, like probably what, 5? 13. Okay. There are 13 people in this chat right now. If there are 13 people in a room together, right? That's a party. That's a party. But, you know, like for me here, my disassociation is that I'm here and alone in a room looking at a camera. I'm not looking at 13 people, though technically I am. So it's very different when you're like there in person. So yeah. Creative Garden. I'm at my parents' house and have to be in-person social, so shouldn't be checking Twitch, but hi, I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. Oh, Creative Garden. Thank you so much. And look, if you would like, this is a message for Creative Garden and Creative Garden's family. Okay. To Creative Garden and Creative Garden's family, if you are listening to this video, then Merry Christmas. Have a most safe and prosperous holiday season. Creative Garden has been not only an amazing member of my community, but also just a wonderful spirit who has done so much to uplift the community. I'm a storyteller by profession, and you know, sometimes we tell our stories and we're not sure if we're doing a good job, but Creative Garden has always been a massive support and it has always made me feel the best that I could be in my field of choice, as well as, you know, just in general. If you are celebrating Christmas with this lovely person, then I am sure you already are celebrating in the highest of spirits. Merry Christmas and have a safe and happy New Year. There. I don't know if everyone heard it. I don't know if anyone heard it, but you know, that, there, done. I'm gonna keep drinking my orange juice now. Okay. OG. Yay. Laura Burns! I love you, Laura. Laura, Merry Christmas! Did I send you Merry Christmas? I did. You got your Discord message. I don't know if I sent it to people because I woke up and I streamed. I did. I made sure to send it to you specific. I had to send it to you special. Had to send it to you special, Laura. Because you, Laura, guys, Laura Burns and my dear friend Eric, or Chu, were the first fans I ever had. Can you believe that? They were the first fans I had. Look at that first badge that Laura has right there, right? 2 fans that were there since the start, every single stream, who I'd met through How to Be a Great GM, who stuck with me because they liked my face and what I was doing. I appreciate Laura and Chu in such a profound way I can't put into proper words. Honestly. Like, seriously. Laura is not only that, but also so creative. Such a wonderful world builder and just a wonderful friend. My face is okay. Thanks, Laura. Yeah. You know, and Chu, Eric, oh my god, a gentler soul you will never find. I miss Eric. I'm gonna find you know what, I'm gonna message Eric. I'm gonna be like, hey Eric, if you are free to any of my games, just come. I don't care. You don't need Patreon. Just come play my games. And if I can get him on the game with Laura, that'd be amazing. That'd be my favorite game. Like, hands down. It's the way it is. It's what it is. Is that Pinky? Oh, I miss Pinky. Yeah, I used to play a game called Ghost of Saltmarsh. It's over on the D&D channel. Don't want to brag. Yeah, also it's on How to Be a Great GM channel, and Pinky was Kaora, our one of our other players. He was a kobold. He had like a little animal companion. It was a pink octopus named Pinky. I think that's pink. I think it's Pinky. Might be Pinky. But yeah, what was I doing? What was I doing? I was talking about Gen Con. Yes. So yeah, opting to do all the cool stuff for Gen Con. It is Pinky, yay. Yeah, so opting to do the games for Gen Con was great. It was wonderful. I had just such an incredible time with each of those games. Not only was it a chance to actually just, enjoy a live audience, but it was so much fun because I love playing with audiences. I do, and you guys have seen it all the time. I nothing brings me more joy than doing that. So there was this one really memorable moment. I remember Duke was in that game, as was I think Felix and Avery, and Dingo, and a whole bunch of other, and Reina, and I think Dave as well. But yeah, we had a bunch of people who were at the game, and I had teleported the group into the middle of a goblin horde, and I was like, okay, cool. So you teleport and you find yourself in this field. There's hundreds of goblins all around you. What do you do? And then they started murmuring to each other. And then Reina steps up and she's like, I will step forward and say, hello, what's your name? And I was like, there are hundreds of goblins here. And you're just yelling at the crowd. And I was like, you know what, screw it. Hey, everyone in chat, come up with a random goblin name and just yell it out simultaneously. All right, 3, 2, 1. And they all just went, blah, 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 and there's just this thing. And I'm like, there, that's what you hear. Literally that. And, everyone's like laughing, having a good time. And then Reina turns around and is like, well, I was hoping that maybe we could be friends. And without any prompting, the whole audience just immediately goes, no! I cracked it. I lost my shit. I was like, what the fuck? I don't even need to be here. You guys have fun. Apparently you're role-playing with a crowd. All right, done. It was so good. Man, I loved it to bits. Holy crap. It was so much fun. Hey, RPG Dinosaur Bob. Good to see you, my dear friend. G'day, mate, and Merry Christmas, you wonderful human, you. Wherever you find yourself, and whoever you choose to celebrate and be merry with, I hope that you do so in the highest spirits, my dear friend. Guys, if you don't know RPG Dinosaur Bob, I've already told you that World Anvil, Janet, is, seriously, my other half. Right? And probably one of the great masters of World Anvil is right here in chat right now. RPG Dinosaur Bob. Go check out his channel if you want to learn about how to use World Anvil and dive into a really great, intricate, and detailed world. Go check out RPG Dinosaur Bob's channel. It's wonderful, and he is such good company, and has got so many different tricks and tips for just getting your writing done and actually making something polished and worthwhile and putting it into World Anvil, and one of the most robust and amazing world building programs you can get. So yeah, good to see you, Bob. Good to see you. So yeah, that was my game. That was one of my games at Gen Con. I also got a chance to spend a lot of time with Reed, who is one of my co-stars in Monsters in the Mist. Reed, oh my god, how can I even describe it? So Duke and Jakin and I, when we were at Convergence, were inseparable. We were buddies. We were just any chance I got to hang out with them. Reed, Tori, and Matt, who were, the other, again, players at the Monsters in the Mist thing. Any chance I got to hang out with them, I took. It was just wonderful to get to play with them and hang out with them. When it got to Gen Con, obviously we all had our stuff to do and things, but Reed and I got really close as well. And I love Reed. Reed is so amazing. And all it showed me was that I need to move to Texas. And I know that's so weird, because Texas is the right heat for me, and it means that I can be close to these guys, because I felt at Gen Con, like, Convergence felt like, oh my god, like, these guys would be my best friends if they lived nearby me. now after meeting Reed and hanging out, I was like, oh my god, I'm lamenting the fact I feel like I was just I know dead Aussie gamer is a whole thing, but I feel like I was born in the wrong country. Like just I was so taken by the by just yeah every one of these guys and you know got to hang out with Tori on the flight over and stuff as well and you know like oh my god like yeah just Texas is pretty awful at the moment. Well, I'll take your word for it. I don't know. I'm just saying. That's where our dear friends live in and around that area. Texas and Utah. So yeah, depends on where in Texas. Texas get cold. I don't want to. Yeah, okay. Look, Arizona. Ooh, Arizona does sound good. Arizona. I have heard good things about Arizona in terms of heat. Um, yeah, I hate the winter. DAG hibernates. He gets into a little ball and he goes, no, don't do it. Um, Although I did learn something actually when I went to America. So in May, I'd come just after winter, of course, right? And being in Utah, I saw the trees didn't have any leaves. And while we were driving, Smoking Barrel, who hosted me for that first day, they turned around and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, you know, there are no, you know, like no leaves on the trees." And I was like, "Oh my God, has there been a bushfire?" And they're like, "What? No." And it was like, "Oh, it looks like a bushfire has just come through here." And they're like, "Why?" It's like, because there's no leaves on the trees. You know, that's exactly how trees look like after a big bushfire for us. And they're just like, "Oh, I never realized that." No, it's just the leaves fall off in winter. And I'm like, leaves don't fall off in Australia. Not, you mean they do sometimes when it's too dry or when they're burnt. But yeah, that's it. And so yeah, I learned about that little gem there. That apparently it was just one of those like culture shock things. I never actually sat down and thought about. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I guess trees losing their leaves in winter look a lot like just bushfire death. Yeah, so there you go. Look, I'm not a smart man, but it was very cute. She did think, yeah, no, she did think it was really cute as well. Elwyn and Porter, amazing people. Got to meet their family, hang out, play with their dog. I love their kids. Their kids are so cute. It was such a wonderful time to hang out with Smoking Barrel. Hey, Fiend's back. Welcome back. Um, all right, back to Gen Con. Back to Gen Con. So yeah, Gen Con, we did that. We did those. Um, we had a few little like kind of like moments, I guess, where like we had some problems with the equipment that we had to go and solve and things like that. But there was nothing that the freaking powerhouse that is Reina ended up solving through sheer attrition and power. Honestly, Rainer is one of the most capable people I've ever met, and when they asked me to do Careful Cantrip, I knew from the get go that they knew what they were doing. That Reina has such a clear vision of where she wants to be and what she wants to do, and that I would be an absolute spud if I didn't grab on as tightly as I could and hang on for dear life. And I'm so glad that I did. I got to see exactly what Reina was capable of during Gen Con, and she's just so freaking amazing. She's like honestly, she lives up to the name CCCEO for sure, for sure. You need Avarian to talk to you about soft versus hard wood. Look, Avarian can talk to me about wood all day. I don't know why I did that, but I did, and we're here now. Yep. All right. Anyway, um, more Gen Con stuff. I got to meet Dingo and crew. Finally. I've known them for the longest freaking time, and I was super glad that I got to actually hang out with them. Hold on, let me see if I got some photos. I got some photos. That's just some photos. Okay, so here's some photos from Gen Con. And I know I'm missing the most important thing, but I'll get to that. Ba-da-da-da. So that was one of our first nights. Here we go. That was one of our first nights. There's me with... Let's see. Come on. Focus. focus. Don't want to focus? You do not wish to focus? Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is. All right. So with me there is, of course, Robert with his long-ass arms. Dave and Raina looking gorgeous. My two friends, Myri and Nico from Orkenspalta TV. They are, again, like Janet, like old school, original friends of, like, me and my journey and stuff. I love them to bits, and I'm hoping to see them this next year as well, with a trip to Europe. And there in the middle is Nate Rice. Now, for those of you who don't know Nate, Nate is from a studio called Zombie Orpheus, which were formerly Dead Gentlemen, who made the movie Darkness Rising and a ton of other ones as well, Journey Quest and a bunch of others. And he is he is just a fun and amazing person who I've met a ton of times. We had some good times. We ended up like going for dinner. All the dinner places were closed. So we ended up walking to for ages to another venue because I don't even know why we didn't want to catch a bunch of Ubers. But Nate is a true blue bloke. I love Nate. And if you want to see happy people, look at that. Hold on, let me turn that one to the side. Hold on. There we go. Side photo. Boom, there it is. Look at that. Hold on, there it is. Yeah. Look at all these happy people. Yay! That was the Careful Cantrip meet and greet. That was we were very surprised firstly that anyone showed up. But was surprised at the turnout. It was such a good vibe too. There were so many people who came out of the woodworks. Some new friends, some old friends. Some of the ones that I knew from back in my How to Be a Great GM days came as well. Sebastian, who was in my Starfinder game, came out. It was so good. That was such a wonderful little panel that we ran there. Merry Christmas, Dag. Can't hang around tonight, but I hope that you have an amazing holiday. Padfoot, thank you so much. And I hope that you have an amazing celebration, however you keep it. I hope you keep it well, and I hope you keep it long, and I hope you keep it in the highest of regards. Mwah. All the love, Pad. Yay. Such good vibes today. Such awesome, cheerful, friendly vibes. Oh my god, look at the photo. Yeah, it's Tony. Look at it. It's Tony! So this is Tony Tigger. I'm doxing you. That's it. Just, you're cute. And I love the fact that I got to meet you in person. Here is one of the games that I ran. Focus. There we go. There's Duke. There's Janet from World Anvil. And Dimmy. And there's Brandon. Dave in the corner there. Now, during this particular game, Brandon, who was actually working the convention floor, was so exhausted. He reached out to me and was like, Hey, Dag, can I go? Can I, leave? I'm so tired. And I was like, okay, cool. And I literally just replaced him with Rob. Rob was in the front seat. I was like, yo, hey, do you want to play? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, sure. And I'm like, yeah, go, get up there. You're using his character. So that was so good. That was such a moment. Oh my god, speaking of moments, freaking from the meet and greet. This is when they were talking about oh yeah, CC's journey, and look at all the stuff that we're doing, and Dag's a third wheel again. Fucking third wheel Dag. When did I become the third? When and why did I just become every third wheel in CC? It's because me and Raina, right? I adore Raina. I adore Raina to bits. And when we're together, it's great. It's like two besties doing stuff. And then it's like we spend most of our time talking about her exes or Bobby and frickin' it's just like, okay, cool, fine, it's all right. Just don't need to worry about me. Just talk about your other co-host. Jesus. And there's me lifting Dave. Tony! Oh, 'tis late. No worries. Please sleep well, Laura. I hope that you have a Merry Crimbo. And to all a happy Crimbo. Yes. Yeah, this is me picking up Dave. Why did I pick up Dave? Well, you see, I was sitting down relaxing and chatting when Dave came over and plopped his legs over my shoulders and rubbed his junk on the back of my neck. I'm pretty sure that's not what he tried to do, but it's what he did. And so I was like, all right, cool, we're going for a ride. And I stood up. And as I stood up with him, he was like, holy crap, DAG is like surprisingly strong. And I was like, yes, I am. And I started doing squats with him. And I said, okay, cool, can you jump down? He's like, no. And yeah, that was it. We had a lot of male bonding, actually, me and Dave. There was a lot of moments where we actually did, just like bond over just stuff, just talked in general. Like I said, that feeling of like not having to be on or not having to like, you know, be like, oh hi, yes, I'm about to perform, and actually just chill. Yeah, very strong vibes for me and Dave. Like, you know, in terms of that, we could just chat around a bench, you know, like the breakfast bench and chill. Nerd Witch, happy Xmas, DAG. Happy Xmas to you. I hope you're well. I hope that you are celebrating. I hope that all of your friends and loved ones have gathered around to enjoy the festive seasons. Mwah. Is it because you're reliable wheel to prop up if the bad happens to one of the other wheels? That's true. I am very reliable. I mean, okay, look, I say I'm reliable. I'm also a bit of a potato. And I tell this to people all the time. Like, my memory is not great. I remember stupid shit all the time, like in vivid detail. You tell me the line of a movie, I can play you almost scene for scene that movie. You ask me when someone's birthday is, or if someone told me about an emoji that apparently they told me about, but I wasn't paying attention. You know, like, yeah, I may not remember that. Anyway, you got COVID for Christmas. Oh, well, I hope you, well, I mean, look, I hope you enjoyed unwrapping that. But we're on the mend, so thank you. That's good. That's good. Yeah, no. See, COVID is how is that a thing still? And not a commentary on yourself, nerd, but just in general, it's like, oh my god, we had a chance. We had a chance to get rid of it. And it bugs me that we didn't. NPC names, for example. Oh my god, yeah, no, can't remember NPC names, can't remember major plot points, you know, whole bunch of stuff. Absolutely not. You tell me something. Like, my long-term memory is really good. My short-term memory, whoo boy, nah, it's almost non-existent. That's why I rely on people like Schooly Eye, and people who are very apt to gently remind me of things. Or in Raina's case, to yell at me and basically, yeah, just put me in check and be like, hey, DAG, you didn't do this thing, you fucking idiot. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, sorry. Then what do we do? Guys, we did another thing. Okay, hold on. Let me go get the thing. Yeah, I got a thing. Get the thing. Hey guys, did you know that the Dead Aussie Gamer is a certified best Paizo GM of 2023 at the Crit Awards? Yep, IR award-winning GM. There you go. Thank you, Schooly Eye. So yeah, it's fancy as heck. I won the best Paizo GM award of 2023, and that was yep, again, another one of those really surreal moments in my life to think that that I would be an award-winning DM. Here is a photo of me and Raina just after we both won our awards. Yep, that was a very cute one. B-Town took that photo. It was such a good one too. Hey, Geek Girl Lisa, Merry Christmas. Boop. So good to see you. How are you? Tell me all the things. What were you streaming? What were you up to? We're just doing a Merry Christmas stream, a year in review, talking about the cool stuff. Also, Lisa is another amazing and great content creator. Please go and give her a follow. Let me give you a quick shout out here. Yeah, no, it is one of my favorite pictures for sure. Let me see if I can. There we go. Boom. Playing some Destiny. Nice. Love me some Destiny. All right, hold on. I don't know if I've got this. Because my brother's coming by to help you start turkey for the Christmas dinner. Ooh, nice. Let's see. All right, let me see if I can do this real quick. I don't know if I can. Because no one actually sent it to me. So I don't actually have it. So I don't actually have it, but I'm hoping that maybe it's still up here. Hoping that it might be here, maybe. It might not. Let me see. Petitions get nominated for those of the day. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I do remember that. Oh my god. Yeah. No, I don't have the video. That's okay. Well, I won the award, and it's somewhere. I know Dice Screen made a video of it, but hopefully I'll find a video and post it up at some point or another when I remember to. But yeah, no, so the award was amazing. The ceremony was great. We dressed to the nines for that particular day. Let me see. Did I have a photo of the suit? Because the suit was pretty banging. Hold on, let me have a look. Camera. Yeah, there we go. All right, that was the Dead Aussie Gamer suit. Look at that. It was pretty smick, if I do say so myself. Where are you gonna focus on him? Focus on the DAG. Yeah, there it is. Boom. Yeah, I looked really cool. I was very proud. But I had a panel to go to almost immediately after. So I ended up having to literally run out and then do a panel in that suit, because it was a panel on like starting TTRPGs that aren't Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder. So there I am in my suit with my little crit award bag and stuff, with just all the cool people. We had Brian, we had Jason, we had Rob, we had Pixies and Pins. So good. It was so amazing to actually get to do that panel with them as well. Have to run. No worries. For those of you who have just come in from our dear friend Geek Girl Lisa, please have a safe, wonderful, and a Merry Christmas. However you choose to celebrate and keep the spirit, I hope that you keep it well, I hope you keep it close, and I hope that you keep it year-round, because you deserve the kind of happiness that is received this time of year, all year round. I wish the best for you and your loved ones, and that you celebrate a most happy and prosperous new year. Mwah. Jason is also dressed fancy. Yes, but Jason always dresses fancy. Now, I also have this. This is also something I got from the Crit Awards. This box, by the way, was actually gifted from Jason. I can't. It was from Elven Tree Gaming, who had made this box. I don't know if that's backwards. Probably backwards. I don't know. But inside are the dice that I won for the Crit Awards. So these were the dice that were gifted to me as one of the best GM ones, which were just freaking. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can just move my. I'm gonna move my thing. I'm gonna try and get a dice cam. I swear. Let's see. Here we go. Just focus up a bit. Thank you. Just focus a little. Is that too much to ask? Hold on. Let me try it without the box. Come on. There we go. Yay, there it is. Okay. So yeah, these dice looked absolutely spectacular. They are so pretty. They have like these little sparkly like opal bits in them. These little like kind of wispy fog-like bits as well. And the font is just beautiful as well. Oh, that's probably the best one to show that with. So there's kind of like an inner surface, which has like kind of all the opal bits in it, and then an outer square where it's got all the white mist, and then like a clear plastic resin on the outside as well. So yeah, so pretty. Yeah. They're a little bit smaller than my usual dice, for sure. There we go. Let me just. There it is. Yeah, they're a lot smaller than my usual dice, but they're so pretty and so special, and they're amazing. They're so cool. I'm so grateful that I got those ones. So they go into a special place next to my award for the use in an emergency. Yeah, very diamond-like. Yeah. Botaria. It absolutely does. So yeah, won an award. Holy crap! Yeah, that was a wild thing, and you know, Reyna and Careful Cantrip won an award. I do feel a little bit bad because I know that there was a bit of a mix-up with their award. They at first they didn't realize that Careful Cantrip was going to be there, which you know was a whole thing, and I get it. You know, like I understand, like you know it was their first Crit Awards, and you know there was something to be said about like trying to get everything put together and stuff. But the but the real kicker was not only did they think that that you know Dave and Reyna weren't going to be there, but they also then misassociated the wrong crit award to the person. So instead of Careful Cantrip, they went with the Cantrip Cast, which was a different channel, which ironically was also our friend Brandon. But yeah, that was a bit of a sour note, I guess, to a degree. But you know, nonetheless, they got it corrected. They got to come up and they do their acceptance speech, which was wonderful. It was so good. And yeah, it was such a good vibe. So winning the award for best GM, like huge highlight of going to Gen Con for sure. Hey, Lady Colleen, good to see you. It's been a while. How have you been? I hope you've been well. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and however you are choosing to celebrate, I hope you are doing so in the best, and I mean the best of spirits, my dear friend. Yeah, so that was that. Oh yeah, that's right. Let me pull up this. Now, honestly, as much as I love Duke and Duke's crew, there was a second group of individuals I was very fortunate to bump into and very fortunate to get to know a little bit better as well, and that is the Dingo Doodles crew. Now, Dingo Doodles crew are just the absolute best. No, that's it. Just hands down, the best of people. Look at these happy faces. Look at them. Absolutely amazing. Dingo, Felix, and Gothy. Like, oh my god, like meeting them after knowing them for so long, was exactly what I expected. They are such real and genuine people. I love them to bits, and I was so glad we got to hang out. Like a couple of times, we got to have lunch together. Um, Avery and a bunch of other people. We yeah, it was just so nice to actually, yeah, it's like a family picture. Like Rob was there and AJ and just a ton of us. It was very much feeling um, like we were all there like as fans, not as creators, because they do animated stuff, so they don't often, like kind of, like put on their channel their faces and things like that. So yeah, it was so wild to see how different they were from their content to how they are in person. But I, having worked with them, I kind of knew that already. So yeah, yeah, just oh my god, so good. Um, and we had a moment like on the last day, I think, where we were getting out, where we went to go and get some sandwiches from a nearby like little deli type thing, and it started to just rain down on us. And there was this one picture, and I don't know if I've got it here. I hope I do. I feel like I took the photo, but I also may not have. Oh, I did. I did take the photo. Hold on, here it is. Haha. Yeah. So it was raining, pissing down with rain, and there we go. That was all the people just sitting there vibing under a banister, waiting for the rain to cool off enough for us to cross the road. Yeah, just such good and positive vibes all around. I also got to meet Jenny D in person again, which I do have a story for that. So yeah, okay, so again, I've known Jenny for a while, and she's kind of known me. We're not close in any kind of way. Don't misunderstand when I say, "Oh yes, I know Jenny D." It's like, no. I'm a blip to Jenny, right? And that's okay. That's fine. Like not everyone can be your best friend, right? Um, and I was there with Duke, and I was like, I really want to say hi to Jenny D because we've worked together before, and I've sent her, I've sent her a bunch of like really positive messages. Like every time like I see something like on TikTok, especially when it's like content creators getting some shit from people, I usually like to send that content creator like some like affirmations, like just be like, hey, like what you do is meaningful, what you do is important, what you do has helped people. Don't just let the negative voices dominate your thoughts here. Let yourself enjoy the good stuff as well. So I send Ginny like a few of these throughout the year, like maybe 5 or 6. Like I'm not obsessed, right? So I knew that when I got there, I was like, yeah, Ginny won't know me, but when I say I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, maybe she might. She might know it, and like she's seen me, she's met me, like we've played games in person. But as I was going up to speak to her, Duke turns around and he says, "I bet she doesn't recognize you." And I'm like, "You fuck, of course she won't." And then as soon as I say that, I say, "Hi," and she's like, "Hi, who are you?" And Duke is just pissing laughing. He's like, "Oh, I fucking knew it." And I'm like, "God damn it, Duke. Like, this is just, hi, I'm Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. We did the thing with Dingo. We've, like talked a couple of times online." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, of course. Which you normally do, right? But God fucking damn it, Duke." But yeah, she recognized Duke right away, because obviously, I've got more stories about Duke in a second. But anyway, sure, we got to chatting and stuff like that. So yeah, it was really nice to actually get to chat with Ginny, and meet her partner and her husband actually, and get to like get to know them a little bit more, which was really good. Okay, back to the story with Duke real quick. Yeah, Duke's so rude, but I love him. I love him. So we were walking around on the last day. Actually, two things. So, a story about Gabe first. So every morning at Gen Con, I would get up and I would go to the convention hall at opening, right? And the reason I do that is because I'm from Australia. I don't get a chance to come to Gen Con that often. I don't want to be waiting in bed. And, like everyone only got up at about like 10, 11 o'clock. And fair enough, like we had late nights pretty much every single night that we were there, and everyone was exhausted. I get it, and I don't hold this against them, but everyone's like, DAG doesn't sleep. It's like, yeah, of course DAG doesn't sleep. DAG wants to experience the world. Anyway, so I was there in the morning, and Gabe is a fucking cryptid. He is like he sneaks up on you. So I was walking around, and I just bump into him in a room filled with 50,000 plus people. Just bump into Gabe again. And again, just Gabe, super freaking lovely, lovely bean. And this is actually what cemented my opinion about Gabe, to be honest. Like this moment here. Because I bumped into Gabe and I was just wandering around, right? Like just looking around and seeing stuff. And I was like, "Hey, what are you up to?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just bringing water to an artist friend of mine in Artist Alley." And I was like, "Dude, you are a fucking legend. Yes, do you mind if I tag along? I'll just come and hang out." And he's like, "Yeah," and we did. We just hung out and we brought water to his friend, and I was just like, "You are a good sort. This is a thing. This is like, yeah, no, dude, you need anything, you just ask and I will do stuff because you are a kind and sweet being, and that is what is going to happen here from now on." So yeah, getting to actually, like hang out with Gabe was really cool. So fast forward now to later on where I'm walking around with Duke. So Duke and I were chatting, and Duke was like recognized almost every 10 foot, right? Every few seconds. Let's do it. Maybe you should get some sleep. Oh, schooly eye. Well, hang on. Stick around for this story because I think you'll like it, and then yeah, get some sleep. So I was walking around, and Duke and I were chatting. And every 10 foot, someone would stop and say, "Oh, hey, you're the throw it back guy, yeah!" And it's like, "Oh, you're that guy from TikTok. You're the dude with the face." Like a whole bunch of people would just say it, and then want to take photos with him. And then Duke, cheeky fucker, would turn around and be like, "Hey, can you take the photo for us?" Like he's asking a fan, and I'm like, "You piece of shit. All right, fine, I'll take a photo." And so what I would do is I would take a photo. And I would put my finger like this and just block out his face ever so slightly from the photo, so the photo was still taken, but his face was missing. But then I'd take a photo of the actual thing, as well. I would take two photos, right? And that was it. And I'm hoping that someone one day starts a Reddit of like, whose finger is this? Make the finger famous. But yeah, good night, School Eye. Mwah. Merry Christmas, my dear friend. It has been a true honor and a privilege to get to know you better this year, and I look forward to knowing you more in the new year as well. Also seeing you maybe Friday. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, so I took these photos of Duke. And then at some point or another, we were chatting, and it was just like, "Hey man, like I really wish there was a way I could just enjoy the convention, without having people stop me for 10 seconds. It's like, dude, you just need to tell them to fuck off." It's like, "Oh, but I can't do that." And it's like, "Yeah, I know, you're the nicest person in the world. I can tell them to fuck off." And he's like, "No, I just feel bad about it." And I'm like, and then I said, "You should talk to Gabe. Gabe moves around this world like freaking a ghost. And you would never realize that and no shit, Gabe was standing right next to me. In a room filled with 50,000 plus people, just at random, he is standing next to me. And I'm just like, Jesus, do you see what I fucking mean? Gabe is a freaking cryptid. You say his name too much. That's just it." The Aussie, fuck off. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we have it. We've mastered the art of telling people to fuck off. But yeah, and he's just there. So he's, we're talking and stuff, and Gabe's like got a beanie on, and he's got like a mask on and stuff like that, because Gabe is TikTok famous. Gabe is huge. Gabe is really big. He's, like, again, people call him the freaking the TikTok Hal. What's it called? Hal from Hal's Moving Castle. Stuff like that. So yeah, that was a whole thing. Man, I met so many people as well at Gen Con 2. I met our dear friend Malakisa, who gave me some soap, which was cat friendly, which was really nice of her. I met Jonathan from Mercs of Mischief, who, again, another person I'd move on. Sorry, and moved on. What the hell am I saying about? Which I've known since back in the day. Yeah, there's the me and the finger photo with Duke. And there's the photo with Duke. See, yeah. What else do we do? went and saw the Malifaux stuff, which was cool. Went and saw the Pathfinder stuff, which was good. I then went to dinner with a bunch of amazing creators. So I ended up meeting up with Janet and Dimmy again, as well as some of the World Anvil folk, which was really nice, as well as Catchy Cantrip. And then I hung out with Harley Kane, who is an Instagram TikTok model who also does TTRPGs. I hung out with a crew from Ghostfire Games. There were just so many people, so many amazing individuals. And then when I got home, my friends and family threw a surprise party with some like little Dead Aussie Gamer cakes and stuff to celebrate. Look at that sexy man eating myself. Yeah, it was a wonderful day. And there's me and my partner, who bought me a medal because she was outraged I didn't get a medal. There's me and my boys. There you go. Dapper gentleman. Oh, and I found this alleyway with like this red light. And let's see. Yeah, that's a good shot. Look at that. Oh, come on, focus. Is that gonna focus? I don't know if it will. I think the red light is to... Oh, no, maybe. There you go. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Makes me look like I'm in a porno. Love that. Did I get any other good photos? There's a bunch of photos, but I don't want to go over them. Oh, wait, the dinner. Hold on. Yeah, I got a photo of the dinner. Yeah, this was that little dinner gathering that I was talking about. The one where everyone was kind of like just themselves, which was really nice. There we go. Look at them. Yay. All the cool people. Oh, all the very special people. We lost a couple people. Jackie and who else? Jackie and Duke. You know, a few other people who were invited to that. But yeah, red light. Yeah, red light district DAG. Yep. So yeah. Gen Con was a wild ride. It was exhausting, and by the time I got home, I was down. I was ready to have it over. But it was a memorable experience, and one that I would happily repeat again next year. Then came the lead into the rest of the year, where we had our Careful Cantrip finale, which I'm sure many of you already are very aware of. Careful Cantrip finale was so big and so well anticipated and well received. Whenever didn't I get sick when I got back? I technically got sick when I was there. So here's what happened. I had a sore throat because I was just doing my thing, and it got infected on the first day of Gen Con. So I wasn't sick. I didn't have like COVID or a cold or anything like that. I went and saw a doctor, and they basically said, yeah, you needed antibiotics because you've got an infection in your throat. So I had to go and clear that up. However, the popular theory is I was actually sick, and that just kind of compounded onto everything, and I got everyone else sick. So if that did happen, then I am very sorry, and I will be isolated. I feel like I'll be quarantined when we go to Gen Con next year. They'll like put me in like a little attic, and they'll just be like, you stay here, DAG. No hugs. Grr. Yeah. But I'm a hugger. I love people. But anyway, so I had to recover from that. But it wasn't too bad. What else did we do? Like again, lots of charity streams, lots of one shots. Did I do anything big or fun or energetic at that point? The finale was the biggest thing, I think. Yeah. Did I do anything else big this year? Because that would have taken us to the finale. So the end of August. I had my birthday. Didn't really do anything for my birthday, really. And then the CC finale. Then obviously leading into December, we had the cast reveal now coming out, which is amazing. It's been a true honor to be again invited back for season 3. So yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah, right. I started DAG versus The Walking Dead. That's right. We had all the Kickstarters. My God, all the Kickstarters. Oh, and Monsters in the Mist, of course. So we had so we did our I started playing a bunch of different indie games, including of course The Walking Dead, and started our live play of DAG versus The Walking Dead, which is where I played myself and the audience gets to play the game master of that particular session. Maddie, so good to see you. Welcome in. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I hope that you and yours are celebrating in the highest of spirits. Good to see you, my dear friend. The Walking Dead was a really, really great one. I've had a lot of fun. I mean, like, I did a City of Mist game, which was also kind of audience-based GMing. Because I just love those games. I think they're fun. I think it's really interesting to see the creativity that the community comes up with and throws into the mix of a session with me in it. I think while I'm a great GM, clearly I have a certificate that says so. I think I really shine as a player. And I think reacting to people and doing some of the stuff that my chat comes up with has just been so much fun. And the Walking Dead game has just been beautiful for that. 'Tis going good so far. 'Tis excellent to hear. Doing Christmas tomorrow. Nice. I hope you're doing it well. I'm going to go to lunch with my partner's parents today, and I think that's all I've got planned so far. Let's see. Then yes, we also did Monsters in the Mist, which is my City of Mist podcast that I did with One Shot Questers. That has been amazing as well. I don't think the players were expecting me to be the kind of GM that I am. Because I think they have a lot of the silly let's just do chaos and wild things. They have that for a lot of their stuff, like things that you would see on like Rick and Morty or Family Guy or whatever. And I kind of shook them a little bit with like how epic we could be with some stuff. So we still had some like funny moments. Like it's not like I'm pushing that stuff away, but in the Monsters in the Mist game, it was just really funny that one of the players is using the ugly duckling as their mythos, and there were these moments of like, oh my god, the freaking twisted man from the Broken Man story is chasing after us. Help me! And the duck is just going, wah, and just running away because it's panicking. It's like, what did you expect? The ugly duckling doesn't have anything to deal with the Broken Man. I'm not going to tell people how to play. I'm just going to like be the arbiter of what happens to them. And it's been so good. Such a good series. Such an amazing thing. Help me, Obi Duck. You're my only hope. Oh, yeah, no, it was really good. And if you haven't checked out Monsters in the Mist, we just wrapped up Act 2. So we do have Twisted Daddy t-shirts. Yeah, we need them. We definitely need the Twisted Daddy t-shirts. We are going to be doing Act 3 next year for sure. That's been confirmed by everyone really. And then we'll hopefully continue that, and that'll be a lot of fun. If people love it, we'll probably continue it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, and then come December, which it is now, Campaign 3 announcement, which has been great. I do have a character who I already have in mind. If you haven't seen already, I've posted some music inspiration in one of the chats. So hopefully you guys are going to fall in love with the character that I'm coming up with as much as people have fallen in love with Basil. I guess that's one of the things you worry about, and I'm sure all the other actors are worried about it as well, is that when you come off a game or off a season with a character that is as beloved as the one you previously played, you kind of also worry about like, is that going to be is it going to be as good as my previous one? So it isn't Basil? No, Christine. No. The new season in Neverwhere is a different setting. It's like season 1, season 2 were in the same setting. Neverwhere is a whole different campaign. If you watched any of Dave's world building streams and stuff like that, there's more details in those. But yeah, it's basically the basic world building of it, which I'm gonna tell only because I believe it's been spoken about, because Dave does world building streams about it. Is a world about stories that never were. So what if Pinocchio didn't become a real boy and Geppetto instead became a puppet? Like what happens then? Or what happens if in a story of the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where Rudolph is an outlier because all reindeer have red noses? A whole bunch of these other things is kind of like the world building of it. So we're playing in that world. So Basil is not there, obviously, because Basil's not a fairy tale. But yes, no, I definitely won't be playing Basil. Which again was a very sad kind of. I say sad. It was melancholy, should I say, as a farewell to this character who I'd gotten so close to. But this new character I'm very excited about. I'm very, very keen. There's still lots of stuff in the works. Bobby hasn't done the artworks yet, but hopefully we're going to be getting them at some point soon. It's been amazing to get to play with Caustic Phoenix again. I played with Caustic on my channel, actually, with our Rise of the Rune Lords game, so I know we get along. I know we roleplay so beautifully as well. So I cannot wait to get to roleplay with Becca again. I know that everyone's got character concepts, but we've got some player games. Like, this is just, like, only for us, like, kind of like just as Session 0 stuff, coming up in the new year. So that'll be a good chance to sort of flesh out ideas, flesh out characters, see how they go, see how they mesh, make any changes that we need to. And then, yeah, we're going to, on the 16th, dive headlong into it, which I'm very keen. I think you guys are gonna love what we've done, and I think you guys are gonna love these characters. Yeah, they're out there. They're out there for sure. Yeah. He ended beautifully in the sunset. Oh yeah, he did. He did. Basil definitely got a good swan song ending. He got his happy ending, which was very touch and go for so much of it. He had so many red flags. I thought he was gonna die with the mage. I thought he was gonna die when I got eaten by the what do you call it? When the succubus got after me, I thought I was gonna die when the first swords were around, and I had to get Reyna to safety. Like, there are just so many moments where Basil could have not made it, could have absolutely have been killed, and it would have made it for a great tragic story for sure. But he persevered. He went through, and he got his happy ending. So yeah, I'm very happy. His story is very well rounded and concluded now, which is good. But now he's just a bard. So is so is V. So with Basil and V both now being bard pirates, this is going to be really interesting to see kind of what epilogue might exist in the world where their stories continue. So yeah, there you go. Oh, all right. Well, it has been a hot hour and a half. But I think we've come to the end of our time, I feel. Unless you guys have any questions, any things you'd like to ask before we jog on. Anything's on the table if you want to ask game related stuff, if you want to ask stuff that I am not under an NDA to discuss. Hey, yeah, throw it out there. Let me know. What would you like to chat about? Now is the chance. Merry Christmas and dearest. Ah, yay. You guys are so awesome. Random question. All right, hit me, OG. What is your random question? You're awesome. Ah, no, you're awesome. Could it be better to believe it or not? It's just me. For the Patreon game, what happens if you have more Patreon than game spots? Then I start having a discussion about opening up a new table. That's flat out it. If I've got enough, if I have enough people, I will float out the idea and say, hey, we're going to be doing a push for a new table slot. These will be the time, and it would then become it becomes a, hey, if we have at least, I think it's like I need a minimum of 3 people to get a table going, then yeah, we get another table going. At present, the only day I'd have free is Monday night, or potentially replacing my my Walking Dead game. So it'd be either or. But that's okay, because if I'd replace the Walking Dead game, I'd have other plans for it too. Yeah, so that would be it. It's been an amazing year learning about Pathfinder with you and watching you play with Careful Cantrip. I hope to meet you again next year at Gen Con, but with a baby, I'm not sure how that'll go. I'm going to head to bed here at the moment. Early day for Christmas celebrations. Have a wonderful night. Tony, likewise, it has been such a pleasure getting to meet you. And even if you can't make it next year, I'm so happy to have gotten to meet you this year. I'm so happy for the journey that you're on, and I hope that you will, continue to be just the amazing, supportive, and loving person that I know that you are. I know that, of course, you've given us more than a plentiful amount of your financial support and stuff like that, but I hope that you continue just to be here and be part of the community and just hang out. It is truly awesome getting to see not only you, but all of you. Maddie, OG, Christina, School Eye, Calindria, Marcus, all my Patreons, getting to see all of you guys time and time again while we're running games and while we're playing. Every time I see a familiar face, it makes my heart just, feel so full. So, yeah, thank you guys. Yay! Oh, well, thank you, OG. We hope that we can continue to be supportive. Now, what are we going to do today? We are going to go and raid someone. Now, I've got a question for you. Because would you guys like to raid into Quincy to go listen to A Christmas Carol? Or do you want to meet Critical Bard, who is a friend of mine who is singing karaoke at the moment? What would be better for you guys? We can also raid into our goth friend Rin Vixen, who's just doing a Chills Hangout stream as well. I think karaoke and the Christmas Carol are good ones. Ooh, what's Dat Network doing? Been a while since I've seen you guys. Cragmas. Ah, that's an old rerun, I think. All right, let's go hang out with our dear friend Critical Bard. I think karaoke is a good vibe. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you guys have a very wonderful holiday. Stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because it's the fucking season. And until we meet again, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, guys. Mwah.